You better sit down.
Welcome to Ell Unfiltered, where you can hear the stories from behind the scenes from actors, artists, producers, and writers and more.
Yep. All right, you guys. Welcome to. Oh gosh, I never had a mic in my face. I don't even understand what the issue would be. Okay, guys. Welcome to L Unfiltered. As you know, it is the day. This is the day where we interview amazing guests. Today is no exception. Andrew. Ooh, I gotta get my thoughts right. All right. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start. No, I'm not. Anyway, welcome to Ell Unfiltered. Today we welcome our special guest, Mr. Andrew Young. Andrew is a platinum downloaded artist from Indianapolis, Indiana, aka NAP. I think that's what they call it anyway. He's been on stage with artists like Babyface, the Isley Brothers, and many more. I'm gonna let him tell you about that. Somebody said, "Hey," already. So, hi, Mr. Andrew Young. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so happy you're here. You know I miss you when you're not here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you
I
know
miss your face too.
I do. No, you don't. But okay, I'm gonna let you go with that one. But okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you're here because you have. First, let me backtrack a little bit. Andrew first came to us about 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years
I think
ago,
so.
2 years ago, and one of the things that stood out for me was that he was an original Star Search contestant from the original Star Search, and now that show is back again. What do you think about your chances of ever going back on Star Search again? Because you're already a star in your own right anyway. So what do you think about that?
I don't actually don't think that that's possible.
Is there a certain age limit? Is there an age limit on there or something?
I think once you've been a star, and a champion on Star Search, you can't come back.
I don't know why you can't. I mean, Anthony Anderson's hosting. We can change up the rules a little bit.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Andrew was also you also was when went up for Grammy consideration in 2024. We know the Grammys just premiered this past Sunday. What did you think about all the winners and those who didn't win?
Um, it was an interesting uh, group of performers and people that won. I like the talent. Um, I don't even. I've been trying to think about this one, and like I really liked Bruno's performance. I'm not sold on the song as much as I have been on some of his other things,
Yep.
but his performance is always flawless. I mean, that was kind of like the highlight for me of the show. The new artists that for new artists of the year, yes and no. It's always kind of hit or miss for me. Not that they don't have talent, but some of the songs that they're putting out just don't really catch me as much as some of in the past.
See,
So I don't know what they'll
that's the
be
thing
like.
about your music is that to me, your music, it's like I've watched you evolve over like getting to know you over the last couple of years. So it's like your music is still to me R&B and pop, but there's always
Mhm.
a message with it, and that's why I get lost with so many artists because I don't really know what the message is if there's one at all. That's where I get confused at.
I agree, and I'm not sure if some of the artists that are coming out today are going to be here for the long term.
And you know,
That's
and I think you're right because I think that's why they're making music to hit, just to grab your attention for a little while, and then they go on to something else. To me, that passion for music is not there for some artists, and
yeah,
you can tell in their music.
I would agree with that.
I just love that you agree with me this afternoon. When I heard your new song, I said, Andrew, you have to come back and talk about your latest project, which is called "Funny How Time Flies." What does that mean for you? Or does that mean because you're at a certain stage in your career in your life? What does that mean?
Well, that means all of that. But that song actually was released about 1996 by a group called Intro. and I actually got the rights for it to redo it to make it right now. But it was one of my favorite songs of all time, and it really meant a lot for me to redo that song.
Now, who originally made the song?
The group is called Intro.
Intro. I feel like I know it, but then I have to hear it again to really
Yeah,
the original to really know what it is.
yeah.
I mean, you've been in the industry for how long now?
Oh man,
I know.
you're gonna date me now. Let's
It's
see.
okay. I date myself all the time. It's okay.
I was a champion all star search in '89.
Okay.
So
So it's 1989. That's what. Ooh,
30, 36, 30,
I was like,
37 years old.
I started
Yeah.
counting. I was like, I'm gonna stop counting.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking because I actually got married in like what in '89. So that's why I was like, ooh, I'm gonna stop counting
Oh,
right about now.
okay.
Yeah. That was a good thing. So in 1990, I think I was still watching Star Search then. I believe so. And then in some of your credits, it talked about the WB. What did you actually do on the WB? Was that the network we're talking about?
The network. Yeah.
What did you do on the WB? Because I knew some things about you that I never knew.
So I had my own TV show that was based out of Indianapolis, and basically it was showcasing the talent in Indiana on the WB network. That was a thing back in the late '90s, early 2000s.
Okay, I completely missed that one then because
Yep.
had.
So the WB network actually turned into the CW, basically,
Yep.
is what it is now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how
So
did you
yeah,
get involved in that project? What made you wanted to do a project like that? Did it come from your time on Star Search?
basically, it was being. Uh, I had an investor that was really interested in talking about Indianapolis, Indiana
Okay.
talent, and so basically, what we did was we created the program, and then we sold it to the WB.
Okay.
And so that's kind of how that project went. And we had our time slot, and basically we just kind of showcased all the talent that was in Indiana.
Do you find it because you're from Indiana? Do you find that there's always a comparison because we know Babyface comes from Indianapolis? Do you find there's always a comparison between your talent and his talent, or your voice or your sound?
I think my sound a lot of times is going to sound like him, but I wish I could say that I have the accolades that Babyface has. Babyface is amazing, and one of my people that I always looked up to. He's from around the area that I grew up in as well. So we all knew about Face,
Okay.
Kenny, and I've worked with his family and different things over the years. I used to know Kevon a lot
Oh,
as
I
well.
lost you,
Are you there?
Andrew.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I lost you for a second. I didn't get that last part.
Um, I knew Kevon more than I knew Face.
Okay.
Kevon of After Seven,
Okay.
and which is his brother.
Hmm.
Yes. And so, you know, everybody, Indianapolis is a small community. It's big, but it's small. So we all kind of know each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of the people that I've worked with have worked with Face for years, and still the same. A lot of people that are still working with him. He's got some of the younger folks from our area that are on tour with him right now as well.
So how come I'm gonna ask this question. How come you never became a part of After Seven? Because that's one of my favorite groups too.
I was never really. They were a little bit older than me, so
Okay.
they were put together before I was really coming up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because to me, your sound would fit perfectly with them. I mean, they still do a little tour right now. You never think about maybe going on
I,
tour with them at some point?
well, I did a show with them in February.
Okay, how come I
Of,
missed it?
yeah, I did a show. So almost a year ago. Yeah, almost a year ago from today. We did a show at Flu's Hall in Indianapolis together.
How come I missed that? Now I'm upset. Okay, you're gonna have to send me the video, whatever you got. Cause
Yeah, I'll send you
I
something.
missed it?
Yeah, I'll send you something. It was me, After Seven, Kiki Wyatt, Jeffrey Osborne was the big headliner,
Okay.
and John B.
Okay. Now, just recently, I know my daughter went to see John B. in concert when he was in Chicago,
Oh, okay.
and she was like, he is just amazing. He still sounds the same. She even sounds
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
than some of his earlier stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So it was all of us at a big like Valentine's time last year.
Okay. So now I'm gonna ask you another question. When are you gonna go on tour with John? Because that would be a really great duo, tour as well.
That would be nice. If we can work that out, let me know because I definitely would do that.
Okay, I got a little inside. I'm gonna send a little message. I got a little inside information for you there.
Okay.
So yeah. I mean, I would love to see you guys. The only reason why I did not go because they were playing at where was the oh my God, what is it in Chicago? Anyway, my daughter was like, it was standing room only. She said it's like nobody had any chairs. I said I am not standing the entire time. So that's the reason why I did not go. I was like, I'm not doing that one. No,
he's incredible in concert for sure.
So yeah, I guess he said 50-50 something looks really good. He said I feel like I'm grown now. I'm over 50. So yeah. So do you think that I've been hearing so many things about R&B. So and we talk about this when you come on all the time. So do you feel like R&B is making that comeback where people are like, this is who I am, and I'm not gonna like try to cross over into pop or the poppy music or whatever. I'm gonna stay in my lane. Do you think that people are finally getting the message for that?
I think that I think new R&B is nothing like it was in the '90s and early 2000s. I think that the whole style and everything of things that are coming out right now are actually more crossover than anything. I see a lot of R&B still crossing over to that pop vein for sure.
Are you thinking one of those artists? Because I feel like Chris Brown does that a lot.
Oh, definitely.
But I think he does it very well, though. I mean, I know there's supposed to be, I guess, with, Chris Brown and I think Usher. What is that? What is that thing that they're supposed to have? What is it? It's called.
Are they doing a versus? Are they doing a versus?
Maybe that's what it is. I think.
Yeah, that's possible. But I mean, even like one of the artists that was up for Best New Artist this year at the Grammys, Leon Thomas, his song "Mutt" has crossed over into the Billboard Hot 100. He's like, he's real crossover. Bruno Mars is almost more pop than he's R&B, but he's definitely R&B. So
it depends on, like you said, Bruno Mars, his new song. I've listened to it a couple of times, and I guess the more I listen to it, the more I get it. But it's not that his typical R&B that I like to hear from him. So I think he is trying to maybe cross over into that pop thing, which I don't. I mean, I think he started out that way anyway. When they first tried to package him, he was more of a pop artist, and then I think he started doing his own thing and going more R&B, and that's when I think his popularity actually kind of blossomed. But he was okay doing the pop thing. It was okay. It was just okay for me.
To me, the Silk Sonic stuff took him back to R&B. For sure.
Yeah. So but someone I said I interviewed a while ago. And they were just like they were like, I guess they do ghostwriting for music for some musicians, and he was one of them, and he was like I gather he wasn't much of a fan. I guess he can be a little difficult.
I've heard that.
You've heard that, really?
Yeah.
Okay, then there's got to be some truth to it then. I mean, see, this is why you don't really know people. So when you see them in public, they don't come across that way, so you don't really know them. And I guess his response was, "I will never work with him again." And I was like, wow.
I don't know about how deep that goes, but I know he's had kind of a troubled past as well. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's a question: do you know a musician by the name of Binky Womack?
I know the name. Yeah.
You know the name because you know the Womack family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, he's a super talented artist too, and something that he says about that he's not the one to say anything about Bruno, just to make it clear. So he's one. He says people are not in love with music the way they used to be. Do you find that to be true?
I find that 100% to be true because music has become throwaway. Like, for example, let's say that we'll take it back to the '90s again. So when you had an album that came out, people would listen to the entire album, and it would stay with them for a good 6 months, 7 months, right? Now people hear a song and they're ready for the next thing, and 3 weeks from the time that they heard it, and they're on to the next thing. It doesn't stay. The sustaining power of music does not equate to the same way it was in the 90s or 2000s, especially before that too.
Yeah, yeah. Do you find that has something to do also with studios and movie projects they make? Because we there were some amazing soundtracks from certain movies
Oh yeah.
that we grew up with. So do you find that to be part of the problem as well? Is that there are really no solid films or solid soundtracks to get us interested, to have us engage in more?
I think that has something to do with it, but I also feel like this. When you had to go buy an album or a CD,
Mm-hmm.
you spent money on that
Yeah.
CD.
Yes.
It felt like it was a tangible object to you that meant something because you spent money on it. Now
Mm-hmm.
we're streaming everything, and you can just go on to the next thing, and you know what I mean. There's no you don't you don't keep that item with you all the time. You don't it's not like an object that you go and see. Let me go get my Prince album. You
Right.
know,
Right. Right.
now it's like, oh, I'm gonna stream Prince, and I'm gonna stream Bruno, and I'm gonna stream Keith Sweat, and I'm gonna, what I mean, and it doesn't have that value that it once had.
So do you think that we'll ever get? I don't like to say go backwards, but people ever start to enjoy the touch of a CD anymore, or the of an album, the touch of an album, or to really understand what that. I'm, I mean, there are people that are, I guess, are music people, and they want the natural touch or the feel of the album. So there's that. But as a whole, do you think that we'll ever get people to really know what that feels like to have a whole album, to put it on, play the whole thing, and then pick out? Even here's for me. Even when I bought, say, like the whole CD, or maybe like the whole, I still only picked out certain songs from that I like. So why is that so bad for streaming now, though? Because people get to choose what they like, and they don't have to buy the whole thing. You know,
Um, I think that I don't think we're ever gonna go back to the way it was, unfortunately. Which actually hurts artists, I think,
yeah.
because before when you had it, even though you didn't like those songs, they
Hmm.
still kind of grew on you because you played that album over and over again.
Hmm.
You didn't always skip to the next one, especially when you had an actual vinyl album.
Yeah.
You let the thing play. Now people get through a song and they get halfway through it and they hit the next button to get to the next thing before they even all the way through the song. So okay, so what's happened is, for example, I haven't put a full album out since 2017, but I put a bunch of singles out because I think these are the songs that are going to be hits,
Uh-huh.
hits, hits, hits.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Even though a lot of times those deep cuts, those B-side cuts are the ones that really make you love an artist,
Hmm.
not so much as. But today's society says, no, you need to just be centered on the songs that are going to hit the charts, or they're going to be the sustaining power through that hit. So that's why a lot of artists now are not putting full albums out until they have two or three singles that really, really pop, and then they put the album out. Before it was like they put the album out, they put one single out, and then they put the entire album out.
Because that was leading me into my next question. I was like, okay, so then how are people getting nominated for album of the year if they're not putting out full albums anymore?
They're still putting them out, but they're not doing it in the same way that they did before. And the problem is artists that aren't as established aren't putting full albums out. They're just putting singles out, singles out, singles out until they become really big enough to do a full album. Now, artists like Bruno, Taylor Swift, people like that,
Hmm.
they're so established that they can put a full album out because people will listen to everything on it.
Hmm.
But now, younger artists or not as seasoned artists or not don't have as many fans,
Hmm.
they're putting that first single out, then they're waiting about 2.5 months to put the next single out, and then the next single out. Then they'll do an EP, and then they'll do a full album.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So that's what you do. You put out your singles first, and then see how they do, and then you'll work on a full album.
pretty much. I haven't put a full album out, like I said, for a while. But I do need to put a full album out
Yes,
with
you
a
do.
lot of the singles.
Yes, you do. I was gonna say that. So maybe that's not my place, but yes, you do. I mean, because you're a terrific singer. I love your songs. I love the fact that I can just listen to them and they start to make sense to me.
Yeah.
I get it. So funny how time flies. What was the influence there?
Um, the fact that it was one of my favorite songs was coming up as a kid, but it was also something that was going on in my life at the time. You know, that things when I record songs, it's always about something. Either I'm
Yeah,
writing it
yeah.
or something that's going on in my life.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's pretty much the way that was. It's kind of like like you know, Saturday night,
I
I
know you're
feel
gonna
all
do it
right,
for me. I was just waiting for
headed
him to
to
come
your
in and
place.
perform for us like he normally does. So any time that you're ready to go into your music, feel free. I'm
Well,
waiting.
I mean, so it's something that everybody, when you're in love with somebody, time flies. Like, you don't even realize all of a sudden you've been with this person for like 3 hours, but it seems like it's been
You feel
three
like you want
minutes.
to capture
Yeah.
that moment in a song.
Yeah. So, I mean, funny how time flies when you're making love. It goes on and on and on. We just can't go on. A Saturday night, I feel all right. I hear your face. I kiss your lips, the bang of your inside down my way. Feel the rising wind just inside your door. Throw me down like you go down, up and down and slow, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so you can really feel what the whole
The longer
vision of
this,
it.
if you guys have not heard, the longer the song plays, you can really feel um, the passion or the energy there in that song. At first, I was like, okay, let me listen. And then the more you sang, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm starting to get the vibe. I'm starting to feel it. Yeah, funny how time flies. Yeah, I mean, it should become a good wedding song.
Well, I mean, maybe. Could be a first dance, yeah.
Because the industry has changed so much, how do you stay excited about writing new music or putting out more music?
I am, I am always trying to keep myself relevant with the business because it changes so much. And I've got my Prince beer on today, by the way. I don't know if you saw that, but it's the gold experience in my Paisley Park hat. So he's a main influence on a lot of things that I've done in my past.
Okay.
So and still do. But basically, I'm always trying to stay relevant with the not only the trend, but also trying to put my own niche on what music is like right now.
Hmm.
And I think at the end of all things, when I pass away years down the road, I want people to go back and go, even if they didn't even know as much about what I was doing while I was alive, they can go back and say, man, he was a great artist, and I love this song that he did, this song, and that would be my legacy, my history.
This is why I love Andrew. One of the reasons why I love him because I was getting to that. I was going to say, I said because it's Black History Month. What
Yeah,
is it that that you want your legacy to be for the next generation or for younger people? He's always in my head. So there you go. You can answer that now. You can answer that.
and I always try to like push the push the trend. I'm always doing new stage presence, new lighting, um, new equipment, new things to make people remember me versus
Hmm.
everybody else that's out there. I want to make myself memorable.
And I think you're doing that. Do you feel like you're doing that?
I think so. I mean, I question it all the time, of course, because I always want to keep doing something different. But
If you can look down the road 3 years from today, and this is
mhm.
February 3rd, what accomplishments would you want to say that you have achieved in this 3 year time frame from today 3 years down the line?
Well, I'd like to get that actual Grammy nomination and
Okay.
hold that Grammy in my hands. That would
Okay.
be the ultimate thing 3 years from now. And I think it's because I want to be recognized as a credible, relevant artist to my peers. Um, and I want to leave a lasting impression on people. Basically, is where I'm going with that.
Speaking of your peers, do you feel like that? Like sometimes they don't really recognize your full your full talent.
Um, Let me take my microphone away here real quick. uh, I don't know. I don't think enough people know about what I do. I mean, I think doing shows like yours, doing things with my publicist Marlene to get me out there so more people know my message and my music. Um, like you're helping me do that for people that don't know who I am.
Mhm.
That that your audience, you can touch upon them from the standpoint that those are people that I couldn't reach on my own. And I'm thankful for folks like you that, have that audience that are just now tuning in and going, oh, so that's Andrew Young. Let me go check out his music. So yeah, I hope I
Is
answered your question.
is there ever? Yeah, I was working on my thing. Is there ever a point of frustration for you? He's like, I don't know how long I can keep doing this and not getting where you feel like you want to go.
I'm frustrated every day because I'm a perfectionist. And I want it now. I mean, but you have to be patient and you have to keep honing in your craft and practicing all the time and trying to make yourself better.
Do you feel like this, people want things that like I do? I know they say they want it instantly, but you've been like you said you've been working on this for since 1989, and you've made some tremendous strides. Do you ever feel like people, especially younger people, that they are too anxious to want everything right now, and there's no appreciation for the journey?
I think it's the same thing as we talked about with albums versus singles.
Hmm.
I think that the younger generation is a right now thing,
Hmm.
and they're ready to toss the thing that they like right now for the next thing quickly, and they do that in life as well. And young artists do the same thing. They don't want to put in the dues. They think that I should be a huge star right now. I should be blowing up like Justin Bieber overnight,
Uh,
because basically Justin Bieber kind of people thought he blew up overnight, but he really didn't. But it looked like he did. And I think a lot of artists get the impression that they blow up overnight, but people like Bruno Mars did not blow up overnight. Katy Perry did not blow up overnight. Taylor Swift was actually trying to become a writer before she actually became an artist.
that's something
It
I
wasn't
haven't
overnight
seen.
success. It still took them 2 or 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Katy Perry was signed to I believe it was two different contracts,
Hmm.
and got dropped from both of them before she got her final one that took her to the place that she needed to be.
Wow.
So I mean, there's a lot of people that think, oh no, I can just become a star, and to be honest with you, shows like Star Search and American Idol and The Voice give the illusion that I can go on a show and win that show and then become a star overnight. And to be honest with you, though, a lot of the people that are on those shows have been grinding for 10 years to get to that point, and then they win the show, and then they're still grinding after the show because they didn't, you know what I mean? But they thought that show was going to just put them over the top, and it just didn't.
And see, that's what when I look at like American Idol, and there's been so much talent that has gone through American Idol, and I
Yeah.
always say to me, it's better to be the runner up than the actual winner because
Oh, no, you're right.
oh I am oh okay okay
100%.
because the actual winners you'll see them and they'll get a contract or whatever, and after like that first year after they're done with it, you don't hear from them anymore. Like what was the guy that won? I think last year. What's the guy's name? I think
I'm not sure.
the black guy. What's his
I'm
name?
not sure. I know what you're talking about, but
You
he
know
was
what I'm
really
talking about?
good.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's super talented. But
Yeah.
now I have not heard anything else from him, and since he's won Star Search. Now it was the Star Search, or was it
American Idol.
It was American
American
Idol. It was
Idol.
American Idol. Okay, okay,
I
yeah.
think
Or was it
could have been The Voice.
That's what I'm saying. Was it The Voice? I think it might have been The Voice. I think it might have been The Voice. Either way, they never seem to do what I think. The only one I can really think of offhand, honestly, is Fantasia.
Right.
That's the only other one. I mean, Kelly Clarkson, of course.
Yeah.
But any other ones, I really cannot think of, and I can.
Well, there's Carrie Underwood.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
But there, for example, let's just go back to Star Search. So when I was on there, Justin Timberlake, Usher, Beyonce, Christina Aguilera, none of them won, but we were all on there together.
Oh, and
So think about
I do remember Christina Aguilera on Star Search.
Britney Spears was on there too.
Yes, I do. I remember Britney Spears. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, so there was Usher, Justin Timberlake, Beyonce was on there, but none of us won the whole thing.
What was it like when you think back about your time at Star Search? Do you think about all the time, like you talk about Justin Timberlake? What was it about Justin Timberlake that stood out to you, or Beyonce stood out to you?
Back then, I mean, you knew they had talent for sure, but the judges didn't seem to think that, like, they won, but they didn't win the entire thing. Kind of like me. I won, but I didn't win the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times artists like that, like in those shows, like you were saying though, because they're not confined to a specific contract for winning that show, that particular show that year, they were free to go pursue other things. Like a big one, I believe Daughtry was like the number 4 on American Idol that year. He was like, he placed 4th. Daughtry's a bigger star than any of that I can think of, other than Kelly Clarkson, Carrie Underwood, and Fantasia, than any of them that have won.
Yep. Yep. Because my daughter loves him for that music. She says I love his music.
Now there's Ruben Studdard who did all right on there too.
Ruben. Yeah.
But there's been 15 or 16 seasons of American Idol, so you're talking about, there's 3 or 4 of the winners, but there's been more people that haven't won that have done better than the people that have actually won.
Oh yeah, and you talk about Clay Aiken. I think Clay Aiken was even bigger than Ruben Studdard, and Ruben actually won.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah.
For a while at least,
Yeah, for a while. Yeah. So do you think that the new iteration of Star Search is going to bring more new stars who's truly talented? Because what I find in music now is that it's a lot of it's not the voice that they focus on. It's the whole, I guess, package, if you want to say.
Yeah.
It's the packaging, not the voice. And to me, the voice should be the package, but it's not. So do you think it's some new talent's some new raw talent will come from the new Star Search?
I don't know. I haven't been overly impressed. I mean, not to say that the people that have been on there don't have talent, but I haven't been blown away by it. And I'm not sure what I think about Netflix doing it. I'm not sure. I mean, it reaches a very large audience, but people tuning in on that specific day when you can watch it over and over again, and the whole concept of voting on the winner that day kind of defeats what Netflix is about in a way. So I'm not sure what I think about that.
I do agree with you. I guess I sometimes I can be a fan of Netflix, and then other times not, just because some people want to come in. No, you cannot come on to my live. No, you cannot. Some people when they do the shows like Netflix, you see it over and over again. I think, to me, linear TV works better. I've been having this conversation about linear TV versus I guess cable, and I'm trying to figure out how Netflix is going to work with us who like linear TV versus the whole Netflix buying into, what is it, Warner Brothers?
I think so.
Yeah, so I'm a little concerned about that, because I'm not a person who really likes to watch stuff. Well, I like my reruns, but I still like it in real time, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm just not sure. I'm not sold on it yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure about it. So I think what people are doing, they're just messing with the formula that works. And when you start messing with a formula that's been working for decades, That's why I think you're making a mistake. That's why I think the studios are in trouble, the movie studios, because you're
Yeah.
messing with formulas that already worked. You're talking about making multi-camera um, weekly shows. That works. Those were the money makers. Everybody wants they want now the $1 billion film at one time. Like they want the big the vast song. You don't want to put the work in. Do you think that that's part of the entertainment industry's issue? That everybody wants that big boom at one time?
I think that has a lot to do with it. But going back to Star Search, I don't want to totally discount the new show because I think that I don't want to feel like I'm resistant to change, which is
Yeah.
what is going on with Star Search. But I do see what you're saying though, as far as like the everybody wants it now
The
kind
bigger
of
picture.
thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is kind of counterproductive to what Star Search is doing. I also found it very interesting that there have been people that I've loved, like Jelly Roll was one of the judges on Star Search for the new uh,
Who
the
is
new
it?
show.
Who is it?
Jelly Roll.
Oh, Jelly Roll. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I also found it pretty interesting about his whole uproar at the Grammys.
Uh
I
oh.
don't know if you heard about that.
I did.
So some people loved it, some people hated it. Um, I don't know what I think about that, but I think he also helped Star Search because people are going to tune into Star Search because he's one of the judges on there.
That's a good. I hadn't thought about that angle, but that's a good angle. Yep.
You know?
But I also think he was trying to walk very carefully
Yeah.
and try not to offend people. But
Right.
here we are in this climate that we're in. I am a firm believer in you can't walk down the middle of the road anymore.
Yeah.
To me, you have to choose a side, and you have to be, strong in where you're in your stance. Like let's like Don Lemon. Don Lemon's been everywhere. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, they arrested the man, but I said now that they don't know. I said they just made him wealthier than he already was.
Oh,
That's what
big time.
that's.
Yeah.
But also he does have an integrity that I like. He says what he says and he means what he says and he does not back down from it. And in Jelly Roll's case, I get it because he's like I'm kind of still new on the scene and I don't want to ruffle any feathers. But what he doesn't understand is that no matter what you say or do, someone's always going to have something to say. So why
There's
not be
always going to be,
why
yes.
not be your genuine self?
Well, and once again, it's going to help Star Search because he is a judge.
Yep, yep. Who else is judging? Okay, because I see this is the problem when stuff is on like Netflix and other things. I'm a linear person, honestly. I mean, I do streaming, but I like to catch my stuff at a certain time, time slot, and a certain day of the week. What day is this on now?
I knew you were going to ask me that. I think it's Tuesday. Actually, I think it's Tuesday night, but I could be wrong on that. I could be wrong because that's the problem with the show though is that you can watch it anytime.
You're right there. Now that you are definitely right there. Yep, yep. Like, cause think about it. American Idol, they have a day and a time.
Yeah.
So right there on Mondays at what from 7 to 9, and you know you're gonna catch them there. Yeah, they're gonna have to work that out. You need to find whoever the producer is. That's not working.
Anthony Anderson is hosting it.
I know Anthony Anderson. Well, he needs to speak up and say that's not working.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to be on. And as much as people complain about linear television, it's what so many people know and what we're used to. To me, it's that younger demographic that they want to stream everything and catch what they want to. But there's nothing wrong with appointment TV. There's nothing wrong with appointment television.
I agree.
We grew up on that. And
We did.
talk about everything all the time. And that's why I love because I said we have a conversation, and I can feel good when we done our conversation because I think I covered so much stuff. But
Yeah.
For you, like I said, this is Black History Month, and I want to get your thoughts on what, if you're reflecting back, what does this time mean for you? I know, like I said, Black History to me is 365 a year, but we kind of zoom in more in February. So what does this time mean for you?
I think that we have lost sight in our country. Let me see. I'm trying to walk this narrow line here too. The country is out of control right now, and it brings back thoughts of 60s and 70s um, problems that America had with politics and racial bias and racial experience in America.
Mhm.
And not only are we talking about Black folks now, we're talking about Latino folks,
Mhm.
anybody that's brown.
Mhm. Mhm.
So they're trying to abolish Black History Month, as a matter of fact, and they're trying to take Black history out of schools, and trying to make it so that Black history has been wiped from the educational curriculum. And I think that that is very wrong because that was a part of America that happened.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, is history is repeating itself. And unfortunately, it's very unfortunate.
Mhm.
So if we don't pay attention to our history,
Yes.
then we are doomed to make
This repeat
those
the
problems
same.
come right back again.
Yes, yes, yes. I think,
So
and I think all the time, and I says maybe it's for a reason because younger people, when you would speak to them about the history, they're like, oh, that happened a long time ago. That's not gonna
yeah,
happen again. So in one way, I think they're looking at it now and they're like, they're not understanding what's going on. So it's making them actually learn the history of the United States and learn the history of people of color. So in one way it's good, but in another way it's just like I never thought. You hear so many older people that's like in their like 80 and 90s. I never thought I would see this happen again. I've lived through this once.
yeah,
You know, and so now they're having to watch it again. But I think it's beneficial because now the younger kids can go to those grandparents and great grandparents and say, get information from them. Like for me, when in the 70s, I was a little kid, so nothing seemed, I guess, out of place for me because probably my mom insulated us quite a
right.
bit, and like I said, we had the nice home and all the stuff like that. So I didn't, you would see certain things on television. You were like, well, what was that? You really didn't know until, like you said, maybe until like the late 70s or the 80s. Then you start really understanding. Even my daughter and I were talking because Demond Wilson recently passed away,
Yeah,
and we were talking about his legacy and what things they did on Sanford and Son and the things that they said, and how they use the N word all the time, or not all the time, but
hmm,
they were very free with it, and how they use it on the Jeffersons and things of that nature. And I was like, to me, that was powerful, but it wasn't insulting so much because it was true. Because it was real. So I always ask myself, why are people so afraid? Well, first of all, if you're not black, you can't call me a Negro. A nigga, you just can't do it.
right.
But if you're doing it in the context of a comedy and you're trying to get a message out there, then I was okay with that. To me, I think Norman Lear was brilliant in a way that he did that. Yeah.
I mean, I think we're doomed to repeat ourselves, and that's exactly what's going on right now. And I don't think that a lot of younger people realize that this could take a turn very quickly, very quickly, quickly. I'm sorry, excuse me, I'm
Uh-huh.
a little dry today, but
You're doing fabulous. Don't worry about it. I love it.
um, but things can turn, and I think that we have to be very careful of everything that's going on right now in our country,
Yeah, yeah.
not to turn this into a political, show.
Oh,
But
Andrew,
I think,
I love having conversation. I love talking truth, so it doesn't matter for me.
but a lot of mainstream folks were upset because the artists were taking a stand at the Grammys.
I thought it was brilliant. I was like, yay! I wanted people because if you don't stand up for something, you fall for anything, and you
Right,
know that. And so I
right.
think when people hear their voices, like on our other show on Mondays, I see a lot of these different videos, and what I get excited about is that I'm enjoying seeing say white folks, so the white people. So I love the fact that they're speaking up and they're saying it because let's be honest, to me, some of them credit this monster.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Because you knew that this person was not qualified and what he was. There's a history there, but you just nodded and said because I don't know if it was because like I said we had Obama for president. I don't know what it was, but it's just like what happened. When we used to could have like open conversations. I have girlfriends and guys that I talk to that are Caucasians and whatever, and I can have a conversation with them. Why are you so afraid to have a conversation? That's what
Well,
I don't understand.
I can tell you right now that there's no way that Obama would have been able to get away with half of the things
Oh
that this
God.
administration is getting away with,
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have a lot of friends on my Facebook feed,
Hmm.
a lot of friends in real life that are Trump supporters, and I try to stay out of it 100% because I don't even want to get in that mess of everything in the middle. So, but I just think I want for people to look at things from both sides of the lens and realize that you know history is repeating itself. That's all I'm going to say.
Most definitely, yeah, yeah. And if you look at the history, it was not pleasant, and that's
No,
why I said for so many people, when I saw the young guy who got killed, Pretty, and then before them the Caucasian woman, and I
yeah,
said, well, you know what? I said, I'm not being callous when I say what I say. I said, but you know what? How many people like us were on the front lines, and they were murdered and hung
yeah.
with dogs and water hoses. And so now they're just starting to see how that looks and how that feels. How does that make you feel? So imagine how a generation of black folks, how we felt for generations. Not to make light of that, but they have to see it.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, we're all immigrants in this country,
Definitely,
and,
definitely.
and a lot of times I think people forget that we weren't. I mean, our ancestors were not. Most of our ancestors were not born here.
Hmm.
Initially
Yeah,
we came here.
yeah,
So, I mean, if you think of it from that standpoint, that opens up. I mean, if you can think of it like that, that opens up everything.
yeah, 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 yeah. I, Andrew, tell everybody where they can find. I could talk to them all day, but you know what? We've been talking for at least an hour, almost an hour.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But your music, this latest round of your tracks, tell everyone where they can find your music because I actually love it. But
Well, I appreciate
okay,
that.
before you do that, tell me about the album cover because I think it's like right on point. What was the design? Who decided to make this? Because you know what is funny how time flies. You see the clock right behind it. Was that your idea? Or was that someone else?
I did it all.
You did it
I did everything that you see there.
all. Okay, I didn't even know it was created that way. Okay, why did you decide to use the clock behind you?
Just because of the imagery and what it meant to the song. And it's an old style clock.
When I saw the name of the album and when I saw the clock, you know what it reminded me of? And I'm not being. There was a Barbara Streisand did a movie years ago, decades called Funny Girl,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and she played I think Fanny Bryce. I think that was the character's name, and that's what it kind of reminded me of. And I instantly fell in love with it. And then the way you did the whole posing and everything, I love it. I love it. So good job.
Well, I have my new single comes out February 20th, and it's called Mind, Body, and Soul.
I gotta listen at it. I gotta listen.
And I want to kiss away. That's the phrase on it.
I got it. Marlene sent it to me, and I
Yeah.
tell you, it's really really nice. I'm already in the process. I've already sent it to people who do the uploads to our radio station. I've already
Okay.
sent it, and I'm just like, this is really sexy. This is really really good. I'm like, thank you, Marlene. In my mind, what I'm saying, but then I
Yeah.
can tell her,
Yeah.
thank you, because that one's really that is so to me classic R&B.
I appreciate that. It's a throwback too.
It is. It's one of those like get you in the mood moments.
Yeah, and
That's
it's straight. That's a straight original song too.
it is your original.
Yeah, that's an original song.
That's what you love about Andrew. He'll do a couple of tweaks on some other stuff, but his original music is excellent. It's
Well,
excellent.
here's a funny story about that song. So the guy that wrote the song, his name is Brent Lindsay, and he's about 2.5 hours away from where I'm from. He
Okay.
calls me up one day and he says, "Hey, I'm doing a demo for Maxwell, and
Oh,
I want you to come in and sing on this song."
okay.
So I was like, "Okay, cool." So I go down, I do the demo. Maxwell doesn't want the song, and I was like, "Man, this song's too good to not put this out." So that's what we did.
Wow. Okay, so you took a song from Maxwell. Maxwell didn't want it.
He passed on it, you
He
know.
passed on it with it. Well, he's crazy because it is. All I can say is it's sexy. That's all. That's the best word I can say to describe the song.
I
So all you
appreciate
guys
that.
are on TikTok and you guys listening right now, it's Andrew, tell them the name of the song again.
Mind, body, and soul, I want to kiss away.
Oh my God. Yeah, all I can say is that it has you frazzled, and I'm like, woo, the longer you listen to it, it gets better. It starts off good, but it just gets better and better and better. When you
I
talk
appreciate
about
that.
mind, body, and soul, people want that. They want to feel that, and you bring it with this song.
Yeah.
You bring it with this song. Oh, wow. Okay, well, congratulations on everything. Thank you for coming on and talking for the conversation. People gave you a lot of love on TikTok over here, so yeah, they did.
Well, anytime you want me to come back, it's my pleasure. I appreciate you having me.
You know you can always come back. I don't even know why you wait for me to ask you. Just say, "Oh, hey, I got a new song coming out." Just, because he's always going to give us a little live concert at the same time. Like Brianna says, she says, "I know I'm out of it because I know you're going to talk, and he's gonna swoon to you." And of course, she said, "Well, remind him that you gave me my birthday gift because my birthday is on the 22nd."
Okay.
And so I got my birthday gift from you already. So thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you. You guys have been listening to my conversation with Mr. Andrew Young from NAP. I never say that, but I'm trying to get a little jazzier in my old age. Okay. All right. So thank you, Andrew. Tell Marlene thank you.
I will for sure. Thanks for having me.
And enjoy the rest of the evening. Keep in mind, I follow you when you're doing your live shows. I'm always there looking at you when you do your live shows.
All right, all right.
I'm always on there.
I love it.
All right. Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right, you too. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You guys, we're listening to my conversation with Andrew Young on KELM. Oh, God. I can't remember our number. Jesus Christ. Oh, you know what? That's called OA. That's called age. It's called mind, whatever. But there you go. So, Andrew Young, thank you very much. I got like 9 minutes. Brianna, I need you for a second. I need her for a second. All right. So there we go. So I got like 9 minutes. I gotta jump in. Could you get out of my frame, please, sir? Thank you very much. Y'all see the handsome face? That's my grandbaby right there. Okay. Nah. Get out. You let my stuff burn, did you? Okay. So I got 9 minutes, and I want to talk about. What I saw today was something. Did you hear my conversation with Andrew? Was it good? It was really good. So Andrew's latest single is called "Mind, Body, and Soul." Yeah, he said it was a song that Maxwell passed on. And so he picked it up, and it sounds like it would have been. Maxwell was crazy because that's gonna be a super hit. Can you get out of my face? Okay, so one of my stories I wanted to pick up on. People were like feeling sorry for Sherry Shepherd because they said that the Procter & Gamble they announced the show's ending, and they said she should have been able to do that. Lonnie Love came out and said that, so Lonnie was on really pissed off about that. That she should have been able to make the announcement like Kelly Clarkson made the announcement about her show ending. Well, Kelly, your show could have ended. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't watch it. I don't think you were any good. I know.
But here's the thing. This is how you could tell the disparity. Sherry got 4 and Kelly Clarkson got 7.
7 what?
Seasons.
Oh yeah. Well, and Kelly Clarkson didn't even do the last 2 of hers.
Yeah.
She kept having like guest hosts and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And people keep saying it's because when you do those kind of productions of shows, how the cost is really expensive, which you know that it is because you got to bring in the audience, like stuff like that. But still, her ratings were still very high and solid. I can't believe her ratings that Jennifer Hudson is still on. It's not that I don't like Jennifer Hudson. And what is hers 5 seasons or considered 4 seasons? J Hud.
4 or 5.
J Hud.
Probably 4 because they came on.
They came in the same season. Mm-hmm. Well, Jennifer. Well, we'll see if you hang on in there, Jennifer Hudson. But you do a lot of. I think Fox.
They're Fox too. But I think for her, it was really keeping her popular as a Spirit Tunnel.
Oh, Jennifer. Yes. Yeah, I think so too. I think they found something and they leaned into it. And so and she's been getting nominated. But Sherry's a good host. Sherry is seasoned. Sherry went from The View to then she co-hosted for Wendy Williams and Shoe Salon, and then she did her own show. She's always that's her thing. But anyway, Sherry, it's okay. They could have given you 5 seasons to put you in in syndication, right? If you just waited till 5 seasons, but then you know what, that would have been giving her too much money. Okay. So anyway, good luck, Sherry. Sherry will be she's doing some some other stuff. She'll be doing some getting back into acting, which is what she loves and all that stuff. So good for her. You also see the little hair right there. And then interesting, Jill Biden's ex-husband murdered his wife. When I saw the picture, I said, "This Jill Biden?" Yes.
Everybody should take her lucky stars.
Hell yeah, because until when he would have stopped. Okay. They must get married when they were. Did she have a child together at all?
No, I don't think
So
so.
all her kids, both her kids are with, all her kids are with Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I think they just had the daughter. Cause you know he had the two boys.
I thought they had two together. Maybe I just got the
No,
girl.
they just had the
The
they
daughter?
Just had Ashley.
Oh, okay.
Cause
They had Ashley.
Cause remember they had the two boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she should thank her lucky stars, but I think it's wrong the way they did that. They put that picture of her up there behind her ex-husband who just been arrested for murder.
Yeah.
What y'all put that picture up there like that for? I think that was wrong. So anyway, Jill, we don't know what to say. Well, no, because the scumball that's in the White House, he'll have something nasty and ignorant to say, as always.
Well, hell, we know he murdered.
No, yep. So he'll have something nasty and rude to say.
Confirmed, but I can pretty much bet that one.
Yeah, that was it. Every 10 commandments that one is broken. All 10 commandments. That one is in Pennsylvania Avenue. That one is broken. Every last one of them.
And the 10 and the 7 and the 6.
I said all of them. I said all of them. He committed all of them. And then there was one more. Stop it. So I did the Sherry. I had one more. Who else did I have? Anyway, you all have been listening to Ell Unfiltered. I enjoyed my conversation with Andrew Young, as I always do. The thing I haven't caught up on, we're going to have to watch it. Because Andrew said he's been watching the new iteration of Star Search, and Jelly Roll is one of the guests. And so he said, I think that's probably what's going to get people to start tuning. He said, but, because it's on Netflix, he said, because it comes back all the time. So, and I'm like that too. When you have shows like that, I think you need to have a time slot. And I think you need to have a day and a time slot. Because on Netflix, you can go back and rewatch this and rewatch that episode, which is one of the things that I don't really care for Netflix. Play the original and then come back and then, I guess any repeats that you want to watch, repeat it that way. But I just think it needs to have on a specific day and a time slot. Andrew said it comes on Tuesdays. I'm like, that's a weird day for a talent search to come on. And so we covered everything, and I love having my guests come on and to be genuine and honest with me. I appreciate it very much. You guys, it is 7 p.m.
It's 7 p.m.
It's 7 p.m. Elle is about to get out of here.
It's 7 p.m.
Hush. Yes. It's 7 p.m. and it's Ell Unfiltered. And if you guys can tell, we're unfiltered with my guest today, Mr. Andrew Young. Andrew is amazing. He is like I love when our guests come back, because not only are they friends to the show, but they become like our family, like our extended family, and that's priceless, something you cannot put a price on. So I appreciate him. Thank you very much. For all you guys who tuned in on the TikTok live, thank you and appreciate you as well. In the meantime and in between time, see miracles in life every day. Oh, but before I go, okay. Okay, I don't know who that was, but there you go. Okay, I don't know who that was that tried to cut in on my live, but okay, whatever. So thank you guys, and my Black History moment. I had my Black History moment. So let me just say this: my Black History moment. I was talking about Keisha Knight Pulliam, how she went from behind the camera to in front of the camera. And she has, I'll put it on my social media. I'll talk about it then, because I kind of forgot some of my notes, but I'll put it in there. You guys enjoy the rest of your week. If you're in the Midwest, or if you're anywhere where it's cold and it's snowy, stay warm, stay safe, and as long as the Lord says so, you'll join us back here. Join us back here next Monday and Tuesday, and throughout the month of February. This is Black History Month, so throughout the month of February, please pay attention to your history. Because we're at that inflection point in the United States where history is repeating itself, but how far is it going to go? How far is it going to go before we say enough is enough? Okay? Let me go here. Okay.